Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know why any of you are surprised. I've been telling you this for 2 years. Let's get it.
Hawley accused her of being too lenient in sentencing child sex offenders. This is how Judge Jackson responded to.
Now, keep in mind, an 18-year-old raped an 8-year-old. You know what? I'm going to do this afterwards. Let me click out of this. Hold on. Let me get out of the picture. I just want you to hear this and hear how these leftists defend their bullshit ideology.
To those claims.
If you were to look at the greater body of not only my more than 100 sentences, but also the sentences of other judges in my district and nationwide, you would see a very similar exercise of attempting to do what it is that judges do, attempting to take into account all of the relevant factors and do justice individually in each case.
So keep in mind there, she said a lot by saying nothing. She said not an absolute goddamn thing. So I keep trying to warn you guys, keep these leftists from around you. They're fucking crazy. I'm not even say liberal or Democrat. I'm going to say point blank, the woke, the leftists, you see, because this is what they do. I warned you 2 years ago. That's one of the reasons me and Tammy moved out of Seattle. Sexual assault's no longer a crime? Are you fucking serious? Trespass, it's no longer a crime. Breaking and entering, no longer a crime. This is what they do. Amazon, I just did the video. Amazon just had to move 1,100 employees out of Seattle, downtown Seattle, because of the crime rates. This woman's a lunatic. She's insane, but they all are. That's why AOC wants to shut down and let everybody out of Rikers Island. That's why they want open borders down here in fucking Texas, even though 100,000 murders on the border. They don't care. They just care about their woke ideology. And I say, as far as my part goes, it's time we leave them to their woke ideology. So I'm not surprised by this Supreme Court nominee. It doesn't surprise me at all. You know why it doesn't surprise me? Because this is who they are. I've seen it. That's why I left. It took me tens of thousands of dollars. I went through for what most people would be a life savings. But I explained it to Tammy like this. We moved from 4 hours of one border to 4 hours of the other border. Texas is a huge state, so 3-4 hours down here from the border. It's really getting to me because it's like people don't get it. This is who they are. So she doesn't think she's saying anything wrong. She thinks it's perfectly okay for an 18-year-old to rape an 8-year-old. Now, keep in mind, these are the same people who will send your grade school kids to a library without your permission. Without your permission. In the middle of a school day to a Seattle public school, and then a transgender sex offender, look it up, it's real, did a video on it, has him squirm all over him while the teachers sit there and smiling with glee. That's a society I don't want to be part of. That's why I keep saying I was hoping for peaceful divorce. But hey, if we got to do what we got to do, we got to do what we got to do. These are the same people who, when an Asian lady is beat to death at an ATM, nobody says anything. These are the same people when an elderly Black woman is drugged a block, gets her arm ripped off because it was caught in the seatbelt because 4 of the little fucking criminals decided to jack her car, will say nothing. Because they're all for the criminal. Think about how deranged that is. You don't want to protect the innocents. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm at an ATM, and I don't use ATM, so I don't know why I'd be at one, but I'm at the store, some Black dude attacks an Asian lady, I'm jumping in. I'm not gonna let you do that. That's the decent American thing to do. These people are not decent. I charge that they're not Americans. I don't know. It's just the Supreme Court questioning, and then Joy Reid comes on. They're harassing her because she's a black woman. No, they're harassing her because she lets pedophiles go free. And they should. Plus, she's anti-Second Amendment, so she would never get my vote for anything. And this woman is about to be on the Supreme Court. This is what our country's turning into. And it's really sick and disgusting. Think about how sick and disgusting that is. She had this 18-year-old sex offender that raped an 18-year-old girl, or 8-year-old girl, not 18, 8-year-old girl. She gave him 3 months and apologized to him. Think about how sick and depraved that is. These people are sick and depraved. Stop thinking they're just misguided. No, they're sick. They're evil. Stop giving the benefit of the doubt. It's time we stop. This woman, not only she should not sit on the Supreme Court, we need to start chasing out these federal judges. I wonder if she has money from Soros. I don't think anybody's asked that question yet. And I haven't watched all of the hearings, so they may have. I don't know. It's time to chase these people out. It's time to chase them out, silence them. I think Don Lemon, when he went as far as saying, well, they're going to have death. He's trying to get her killed. Why? Because she's soft on criminals? But the real problem is us, people. We're not paying attention. We have to get out there, start voting for your rights. If you don't want this kind of shit in your courts, could you imagine being the father of an 8-year-old girl and you're sitting there in court and he gets sentenced to 3 months for raping your daughter? They don't even have to be 8. Imagine you're in Seattle and the cops tell you, well, sexual assault's no longer a crime. Sorry, your wife was sexually assaulted on the street. Could you imagine? What would you do? I want to pose that question to everybody. What would you do as a mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife? What would you do? And it's with this, and I think this was actually great because it kind of brought it out to everybody. Like, hey, this is what these people think. Man, vote red. Fuck these Democrats, man. They're fucking idiots. They're not idiots. They're actually very smart people. They're just evil. They are evil incarnate. There's no more ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't want to hear it. Don't say anything about it in the comments. They're not misguided. They're just evil. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this episode of the Dan Dawson Show. I got 2 interviews coming up this weekend, one with Kelly Kuchman of Kuchman Tactical, and one with James. Me and James are going to do another one. This time we're going to do it on Zoom so you can actually hear him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, especially in these days and times, keep your powder dry and do what you got to do.